Well, I just experienced the most infuriating of logic. What I'm not, it's not even a bug. It's just this is a functionality. I think this is intended functionality, just bad programming, terrible idea. I'm still upset about it. I've been tinkering with making a new sound in Serum for a while. I opened a new session. I put a MIDI channel in the session here, and then I just started tinkering. Okay, and I wrote in some MIDI. I tweaked the MIDI in this area to my liking, and I was tinkering with like like the MIDI information here, or with the low LFO information here. I was like moving like a node, and I highlighted the point, and I hit delete. And delete, when in Logic and selecting a channel, for some reason doesn't delete any information in the plugin. It deletes the whole channel. I've done this before. I've accidentally deleted channels in Logic before, but always there was some other channel on the track. So like if I have this here, and then I make there was some other channel in the session here. If I make two of these here, and then I go into instrument and I put in Serum and I highlight something and I delete it here, it deletes that channel. You see that? Which should not happen. That's just why? Why could I possibly be in a different window and it think you want to delete the entire channel you have selected here, right? I get that it's selected, so that's why delete's working that way. But it shouldn't be that way. The thing is, because there was two of these when I deleted this channel, or because there was only one of them when I deleted the channel, it pulled up this UI here. Which, here's the crazy part: if I click create here now and then hit Control Z, it deletes the channel again and forces me to create a new one, effectively completely blocking me from pressing Control Z and undoing the deletion of the channel, right? So if I have one channel here and I have two channels here and then I delete this one, I can just press Control Z and it brings it back. And wildly, if I have, an instrument on here and I have some settings on it and it's got something selected here, and then I delete this channel, and then I hit Control Z, it brings it back with all the exact same settings. So it's not that big of a problem, but when there's only one channel, it does this thing where it brings up this dumb UI that says, hey, you gotta have a channel, make a channel, and it makes new information that I then can't Control Z through. And I can't Control Z through this window. If I try to hit Control Z here, it just tells me, no, you can't do that. Infuriating functionality here in Logic. Because it was a pretty cool sound, pretty cool MIDI information too, that I think I can recreate. I'd been sitting there for like 10 minutes and likely hearing it, so I'm going to try and play it in again right now and see if I can make it there, but I just needed to record this moment of frustration. We'll see how far I get today. So saw wave, we had like this. This was set to the PWM and then was set to do this, so 4 bars, and it was set to triangle though. Okay, I think I'm calling it a night on making this sound. There's some things I love about it. There's some things I don't like about it. I love how much we're kind of shaping with this one parameter here, this one LFO. It kind of gives a lot of uniformity to the sound. I think my favorite thing maybe is this noise, the way that it... I don't know, there's just something really cool about the way that that noise, like... the way it kind of pops around and hits the reverb and stuff. And especially with the original, especially with the MIDI that we picked. Doom, oh, this is really pretty. My other favorite part is definitely this EQ with this little... kind of like landing it there on the ninth scale degree is really pretty. I still don't know how I feel about this... I still don't know how I feel about this filter here. I kind of went back and forth on it. You probably saw me in the video going back and forth on whether to put that in or not. I'm gonna leave it for now. The sound is kind of, when I play it by itself, long held notes I think are a little boring, and I think one thing that could maybe help is putting like some chaos here on like the oscillator A warp. We're going to try that real fast here, man. This is a lot of stuff we got going on. Oscillator A's warp, just a little bit, like just a tiny little bit of that there, and then gives us a little bit more motion. There's obviously a lot of things I could still be doing here. As far as like virtual rights, like using 100% of Serum kind of style, which is kind of what we're kind of going for here. Like we got a lot of different things happening musically in the same sound. There's still a lot of things we've left unused though. Obviously we have 4 effects we didn't touch. We didn't use the velocity or note value. We didn't use the sub oscillator. There's a lot of oscillator sort of stuff I feel like is maybe being underutilized here. But given how this episode started with us deleting this sound, I was really proud of, basically I got back to where I was at and then kept going and added a lot more things. And ultimately I think probably like this better than where I was originally headed with it before I deleted it. So a blessing in disguise here. But yeah, fun episode. Didn't plan on recording for an hour of me designing one sound, but you know, yep, that's all we had time for today though. Making this, don't know if we'll do anything with it. Definitely save it. And yeah, that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.